Welcome everybody. Review 2 of the week. This is Movies from the Core, where I give you the honest truth of what I feel when I watch these films. Mallrats. Came out in 1995, rated R. It's an hour and 34 minutes. This film I watched at a very young age because my brother James loved this film. I definitely shouldn't have been watching it, but at the same time, I did, so here we stand. This is the first Kevin Smith film that I ever watched, and because of it, I absolutely fell in love with Kevin Smith films. Now let's dive into the cast. We have Shannon Doherty, R.I.P., as Renee. We have Jeremy London as T.S. Quint. We have Jason Lee as Brody. We have Claire Floriani. I apologize for butchering your name. As Brandy. We have Ben Affleck as Shannon Hamilton. We have Joey Lauren Adams as Gwen. We have Renee Humphrey as Trisha. We have, in any Kevin Smith film, you have Jay and Silent Bob, which are played by Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. We have Ethan Suplee as William. We have Stan Lee himself in this. And last but not least, we have Michael Rooker, a very young Michael Rooker, as Mr. Svenning, which is Brandy's father. Now, as you can tell by the title, it's all centered in a mall. Now, what I didn't know until, thankfully for Shannon's podcast, she interviewed Kevin Smith, and I didn't realize that this film didn't get greenlit unless she signed on to it. So thank you, Shannon, because without you, I don't think we'd have any Kevin Smith films, and that would be very sad. So the whole, so we kind of just dive into this film, honestly. It's centered around comics, as you can see from behind me. I mean, we have Stan Lee in it. How couldn't it be centered around comics? So we, like I said, we kind of get thrown into this film. T.S. Quint is rushing to Brandy's house because he wants to take her out to Universal in Florida because the whole thing's set in New Jersey. And she ends up breaking up with him. Details really are, it's funner if you watch them. Then we side to the next scene and we see Renee breaking up with Brody. And then we have T.S. he ends up driving over to Brody's and they realize, hey, let's go to the mall. And after that, all the shit hits the fan. We find out, even beforehand, T.S.'s ex-girlfriend at that time, Brandy, is doing a game show for her father. And that's why they can't go off to Florida and why they break up. But then, T.S. and Brody, well, actually more Brody than T.S., has this giant idea, well, if you destroy the stage, then there can be no game show. Now, there are so many antics between everyone in this film. It is definitely grotesque. And not even, gross. It's just more, very, very, sexualized, explicit. But it's a very good watch. The story is spot on. You're going to fall in love with all the characters because they all have their own little personal critique to their character that makes, their character, important to the story. Without all these characters, the story wouldn't have made sense. And I really enjoyed how Kevin Smith did that. Now, IMDb gave it a 7.0 out of 10, which I'm shocked. But I feel like it only changed in recent years because it's turned into a cult classic. Even Kevin Smith himself didn't think that this film would last as long as it did. Well, it has, and thank God that it has. Kevin Smith, you're a genius. Because I give it a 5 out of 5. Actually, I bought the Blu-ray to this, and definitely did not disappoint. If you are interested in watching this masterpiece, it is on Peacock. So give it a watch, let me know what you think.